Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again this week with Hipther Talks, and this time we are still sticking to the iGaming subject. Like I told you in the last episode, it's something in the air because we've been doing the past 6 episodes on iGaming. But I have the pleasure of having with me Tereza Melicharkova, marketing strategy and industry insights we're going to share today. Tereza is now joining us from Elantil. You may know her from Swint. So Tereza, we have this tradition here that we like to give the opportunity for our guests to say a few words about themselves in their own words. So who are our audience dealing with today?
Amazing. Hi, Zoltan. Thank you so much for the invite. It's great to be here. As you said, I'm Tereza Melicharkova. I'm the head of marketing at Elantil. I started in the industry in 2016 at NetEnt in the marketing team as events and marketing coordinator. And then I went through other companies such Pragmatic Play, Realize Gaming, to Swint up to today, where I joined Elantil last month in January. It's the first time I'm on the platform side. I've been always dealing with B2B game suppliers and maybe small platform from aggregation point of view, but it's the first time to be fully on the platform, which is here to help operators to be creative. So I'm very happy to be here.
All right, we are happy to have you here. It's amazing that I had so many great talent to talk to in this podcast, like yourself and many others, and we did not invite them on the podcast. And we are now on the 4th year, so it was high time that we start talking to you guys as well. So first of all, congratulations on the new role at Elantil. This is already going on for 1 month now. So what excites you the most about this new chapter in your career?
Thank you so much, Zoltan. I must say, when I received the first call from Nadia Attard, we used to work together at NetEnt and Realize Gaming, she asked me if I would like to join her in this amazing startup. So we started talking, and the idea of learning about platforms excited me, I think, the most. And that was the main decision why I was thinking maybe I learned enough on the B2B game supplier side. It's time to dive into something new. And platforms are definitely much more complex than I would have ever imagined. And after my meeting with the CEO, Jonathan Gauci, and CPO, Clyde Vassallo, I really had the opportunity to look into the platform from the technology side, although I'm not very good on that side of the business, but understanding and seeing how beautiful the platform is built, even for people with not such a big tech background as myself. I saw that this is something spectacular, and I would love to be part of it. So I think that would be summed up what excited me the most to join.
All right. So since you work on the B2B side, I'm curious about what are the key marketing strategies you are looking to implement at Elantil in 2025. Besides, of course, having the opportunity to work with all these great guys who the company have put together in their team.
Yeah, as you said, the team makes a huge difference. I believe that people build the company and having trust from the industry, because people used to work with these people before. That's huge. It gives you already great starting points how to develop on your marketing strategies. And then looking into how to explain what the platform is and how Elantil differs from other platforms in the industry, we understand that probably the main point of the marketing strategy will be the content marketing. So trying to make sure that we are part of podcasts like this, part of roundtables, thought leaderships, in the media pieces and press releases on top of that, of course, just to make sure that we explain the industry and outer world what Elantil is about. People confuse us sometimes with aggregation or white label provider. We are not none of those. We are not reselling content from other game providers. We just have it available on our platform to the customers, to the operators, and we are not offering white label solutions because we want to give control back to the operators. So we help you to have the backbone of your operations, but it's up to you to be as creative from the marketing perspective as well, as much as you want. So yeah, the content marketing, and of course we will try to build brand awareness as much as we can. We are planning to be at 2 events visibly with stands this year, and social media is important for us as well.
All right, I like to call your team the Avengers, as there's like superheroes there. So in 2025, we can say that the industry is more crowded than ever, right? It's crazy how many companies are out there. For us on the event side, it's even hard for us to cut throughout the noise. Even just having 4, 5 other event organizers to compete within the industry, but how hard it is in the iGaming industry to cut throughout the noise. So how does a head of marketing do that?
I believe in 3 main things: is the consistency, persistence, and authenticity. So you need to make sure that you are trying to cover all, I call it 4 to 5 pillars of the marketing strategy. Social media, events, merchandise as well is one part of them, and PR. That would be probably the backbone of everything, to be consistent. So if you want to push a message in one thought leadership, it can be followed up with the correct banners on the media side. So, combined marketing strategy. The persistence, because you need to make sure that you keep pushing through and trying to cut through the noise. It's not easy, but I think that's the only way through. And authenticity, just to gain the trust from the industry and from your partners. That's how you convince someone to actually take on board your platform and start using your technical solution instead of others. So
all right. So that's the main thing. It's similar to the search engine optimization world, where they have this EEAT signal factor that makes websites rank. So are there so many platforms out there? I'm curious about this because you are not an aggregator, not a reseller. Are there many platforms out there?
I think we all can agree that we see platforms being founded almost on a monthly basis.
Okay.
But the technology foundation is really what makes you stand out. So we have seen it in the industry in the past. It was easy to build a game. So there was so many B2B game providers being built almost on a weekly basis. From the platform perspective, it sounds like an easy business vertical in our industry, because what can be so difficult? But the technical foundation is really what makes you different. And you just need to listen to your customers. It's so complex that you sometimes don't even know your own direction. You have to listen to customers, take the feedback on, and then maybe change the prioritization of your business development, of your product development, and then to take the feedback on board and start developing something a little bit more useful for the operators. So there is a lot of platforms, but I think only a few stand out, and I really believe that Elantil will be one of them.
All right. So, guys, our audience, you see that we invite CEOs to talk about their products, but we also invite the experts who are behind the marketing of these products, and you can learn from them. You can reach out to them on social media to maybe they can give you some advice how to properly boost your brand. So, Tereza, how do you decide where to allocate the budget and resources?
That's a great question, because being on the startup position, the budgets are not huge. I have been there with Pragmatic Play, Realize Gaming, Swint, and now I'm facing the same challenges with Elantil. But I kind of like these challenges because they push you to be creative and really not overspend your budget, which is sometimes unnecessary. But you can create really nice marketing strategy and combined plan just with more limitations, and it really pushes you. So as I said before, I usually love to be covered in all 5 directions and spread the budget in the healthy way to each of this direction. obviously being at events and having presence there with stands is the most expensive. It also gives you probably the best brand awareness. You can use images from the events and videos afterwards for your social media and media communication. So yeah, you have to be strategic in which events to attend. You have to be strategic about advertising before and after the events, so you keep in the mind of potential customers and partners, and you have to just do the right timing of following up on social media, being friendly, being open to talk to people, network, explain what you are up to, and hopefully combine all of these verticals from the marketing perspective will help you for your business to thrive.
That's good news. I think because you are going to hear it first, it's not yet out. Most probably by the time of this recording, the website will not be ready. But we are launching a new initiative called Future Makers, which is helping startups build their image online by helping them push their press releases on our website for free up to 1 year, and also giving them opportunity to showcase their products and everything for free without having to pay for a PR agency and so on. So this will come out sometime, hopefully by the end of February or mid-March. This is our new project, which we haven't yet announced, but you already know here if you're listening in. So yeah, you mentioned that conferences are very important, and yes, they are a big part of the iGaming industry, but marketing isn't just about these events. You said that you can take pictures of the stand, have it used in your branding and your media afterwards. So how do you balance investments between events, media, and digital advertising? Because most of the times people we talked about this in a different session on the iGaming exchange, that sometimes companies think that they build a big stand, they invite everybody there, but if you don't have the press releases that you're going to be present at that certain conference and some interesting facts, people just browse throughout it and go away.
Yeah, 100%. And I love what you guys are building. And I'm sure that will be another tool which will also help to brand awareness before coming to these events. So you just have to be, again, smart and strategic. You should try not to spend too much on the floor space, especially if you are a startup company. You have to come up with some maybe interactive activity on your stand.
Yeah.
To invite people over, have a really good idea how to showcase your demo and how to capture someone's attention within very short time span. And try to explain the industry, what you are doing. And as you said, that's how the media and PR and advertising before and after the events will help you to definitely bring people to your stand and for people to understand what you are trying to sell.
All right, let's also talk about the media side, about banners, placed articles, and PR campaigns. What role do they play in a successful iGaming marketing strategy? Do you need to where you place an article, do you need to have a banner as well on that website, or is just you're going to use another website for a banner, one site for the PR, etc.?
You don't have to per se, but also for the media to publish your thought leadership or editorial, it helps you to pay some advertising with them because that's how you get the space into the news. And it makes very much sense to have it combined. So you are.
Oh, really? Well, we need to start charging people then.
I'm afraid that I said something I shouldn't have, but
yeah, we know.
So it always helps to have it combined, right? You can focus on launching a product and have a nicely written piece. But if you can have next to it the banner which gets your attention more than a long written text, and you can click on it and it gets you to the actual article, that really, really helps. So again, have it really smartly positioned and utilize your advertising for the editors as much as you can to send the message out, what you are up to, what you are doing, and why people should be interested in your product.
All right. So yeah, you did not say something that you wouldn't support because we know, and then I think everybody knows that how things work on the news website. We try not to get into that very much and focus more on the audience so that they get the message without us making tons of money from it. So yeah, that's it. That's the world. So I'm interested if there are any unutilized marketing channels out there that you think that the iGaming companies should focus on more.
I think they are being utilized now, but not as much as they should, and that's probably the community-driven platforms, which gives you the opportunity to actually speak to the audience and talk about the challenges the industry is facing. We see more and more these kind of podcasts, webinars, panels with the interaction from the floor. But I think there is space for much more. And I think it's because the industry is really maturing. In the past, we would have been talking a lot about the fluff, sort of, that it's very, very simple metrics that you have the game providers, then you have the operators, then you have the players. And that was kind of working in a symbiosis for a long time. But now we are in the time of the industry where we realize that it all depends on the technology. And on the tech support, these platforms are built on, the actual casinos are built on, and the way how the suppliers are developing the games. So now I think is the time to talk about the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to speak about before because there was no solution. And that is how we can be creative, even from the marketing B2C perspective, how we can target the right audience, the right players with the right offers. And that's what it comes down to, the platforms and the data availability, where you can really get the data you are interested in and utilize it in your marketing strategies. And I think that will be a huge increase of the revenues for all operators using the right marketing strategies and targeting the right audience. We haven't seen until now because it's been everything very similar. But I think right now is the time to give the operators the platform they deserve to be as creative in targeting the players as possible.
All right. So in this packed industry like the iGaming, I'm very curious because I did not ever ask this question to either a supplier or any B2B company. So what metrics truly matter when measuring marketing success? Because yeah, you can look at the data, you can see impressions on social media, you can see engagement. But what is the true metric that actually gives you the return of investment?
I'm so glad you touched base on this topic. I don't think there is any, to be completely honest. To measure ROI on your marketing B2B activities is almost impossible.
Right.
We had the conversation with Jan from SBC where he was telling me, I'll give you a banner at the event for free. And once you get a customer based on that banner at the event, we can make a deal and you can give me some money. But we would never be able to point out which customer came exactly from that banner. That's why it makes it so difficult to measure anything from the B2B side. You have to trust your teams. I think word of mouth. Once you see that people are actually talking about your brand without you starting the conversation or people understanding what you are doing, that's a huge success. Does it necessarily brings you new customers? Not directly, but it helps the sales team to get the authenticity and the trust going out with the brand, which is getting established itself via, again, thought leaderships, banner on newsletter. It means that you have a marketing team behind, which means that you have funds to fund your marketing, which gets you trust. And then having the right people in the team as well. So it goes all together. It helps the sales team in the end of the day. It should be collaboration between sales and marketing, very close, listening from the marketing perspective what sales need, supporting them, and then signing a new customer would be your ultimate ROI on your marketing activities, but you will never be able to say if it came from the event. Not only that you managed to shake a hand at the event, there must be some communication and brand awareness much longer before, especially in the sense of platforms. getting a new game supplier onto your casino is much easier because more content, more options for the players. But getting a new platform, it means that you are changing the whole backbone of your operations. There is definitely some downtime, which at Elantil we are very well aware, and we are just calculating what would that be. And we are definitely one of the industry's leaders in the smallest downtime possible. But it is not easy, and it's not a collaboration for 1 year. It's a collaboration for perhaps five and many more. So building the trust, doing or working on the marketing strategy, which is really long term, not short term, and then just waiting to see the results, which will come eventually if you have the right marketing strategy and the right product.
All right. So basically, it's similar to the events industry because we do the same thing. We spread the news, we talk to our media partners, send out press releases. We never buy advertising. And we see the numbers of people who register. And it's funny because there's a funny story now that we have been pushing this campaign that we are giving away free tickets for operators and affiliates at Prague and in Vilnius and everywhere. And some suppliers have also, of course, clicked on that and they started asking for the free ticket. Everywhere it says operators and affiliates. But there were some operators who actually bought a ticket. They did not care about the free ticket. So that might be a fail from our side that they did not see that campaign, or maybe they just like to support the conference. But thank you so much for them. Well, it's probably the same thing with you guys. You just like see the results, not truly measure it. All right.
Yeah, like you can measure the increase of your followers on LinkedIn, but what business you can actually point that it came from that? It's just it's a combination of everything together, really.
All right. So based on your experience, where could you see the best return of investment coming from? Maybe you have some gut feeling, conferences, digital ads, something else.
You know what? If you think about how much you spend and how much you get back, I would say it's networking because it's for very minimum cost. And I still believe that word of mouth is one of the most powerful tools in the whole marketing anywhere, really. You will have people talking about your product and then it hooks up new people. From Elantil's perspective, if we go to events and we start talking to people face to face over a coffee or a drink and then explaining what Elantil does, that's probably the best way how people will actually understand what Elantil does rather than going through some written piece where you sometimes get distracted with a message on Slack or anything like that. So networking, because it's the cheapest and you make relationships that sometimes last very long, and it can bring you business either directly or via friend of a friend. So networking would be my answer to best ROI.
All right, so word to mouth. I know I asked you or your CEO about Swint, where you worked before. Where does the name come from? But I'm now interested about Elantil. Where does this brand name come from?
So our CEO, Jonathan Gauci, he have been thinking about establishing a platform for a long time. This is actually his sixth platform he built. And it's built out of personal frustration. Him and his team have over 100 years of experience together from B2B and mostly B2C, so they understand what challenges are faced by the operators. So then they decided to put something together, and he wanted to make sure that it's the top quality, the top technology used, and it's shown in the name of the brand. So he started with Elantil because it's something you really need and it has a very nice tone. I'm very glad he didn't go ahead with Elantil because from trademark perspective and SEO and everything else, it would be very difficult. It was taken, so he had to think about something else. And he was playing with a few words, and then he came up with the idea of establishing a name from scratch, which hasn't been used. Again, it helps you with SEO so much. Also with learning or teaching the industry about Elantil. First, it might be a few times Elantil what, but then you remember and it really sticks to you. It started with Elemental, and then via a few versions, it became Elantil. And we are very
Right.
happy with the name. So
Yeah, it is. And at least it will not come back to haunt you after a few years. It's funny thing that I keep seeing, and I don't want to be the bad guy, I don't want to be rude about this, but you see Sigma and you see SBC, right? So their names are haunted by the past because Sigma is Summit iGaming Malta, right? That's the
uh-huh.
so basically this year the conference is taking place anywhere else but not in Malta. Having a brand name figured out and thinking about the future is good, and also similar to SBC because they are sports betting community, and and
Yeah,
it would be hard for them to rebrand now, to actually
100%.
so it's good that you guys will not be haunted by the brand name being like. Okay, so let's talk about some mistakes because that's why I wanted to approach this subject. So, what do you think are some of the biggest mistakes that iGaming brands are making when planning their marketing budgets?
I would say not trusting in marketing, not believing in marketing as much as marketing deserves to be believed in. Looking into short-term goals, like working towards goals that should be achieved very fast, but that doesn't give you long-term living of the company. So looking from a long-term perspective, planning from long-term goals, understanding that the results might not come in the first 6 months, being realistic about whatever you are doing, not overspending because that doesn't necessarily give you the success or the I'm looking
The
for a word.
results, yeah.
The results you are aiming for 100%. So yeah, being realistic and plan long term, and try not to rush into things. I see sometimes that marketing have been rushed a lot, and then you lose the momentum if you manage to launch something and then you change it very short afterwards because you were not sure about something. You lose the momentum, and then people are confused about what you are actually trying to say. So yeah, that's what we are trying to do here, because I had very short time before ICE trying to announce 3 press releases just so
Yeah.
people know what we have been up to and changing the brand, because we were not sure about the brand when I started. So we had very short time, but we managed. With our studio, we are using Bolt Bishop in Malta, and they have been fantastic. And we really managed to create something what we were sure about. Even though it was short time, we just pushed through. So yeah, don't give up on something if you are not having the results you want, and maybe rather postpone your
All right.
marketing plans if needed.
All right. So maybe you can disclose or not. What is the yearly marketing budget for a startup in the iGaming industry?
I don't think I can talk about that. I
No,
think
I mean in like a standard way around the industry and the companies that you worked with, and
okay.
like you
You know
don't have to
how
disclose the exact sum, maybe just like a ballpark number.
Okay. Okay. I would say it would be somewhere between 200, 250 to
Okay.
500,000 from experience from the
Okay.
past. And that should give you a nice cushion to start with pushing, actually on all five pillars of
Okay.
marketing.
Okay, so that's actually a good budget to work with for a year. Of course, depending on how full that year is with conferences and everything and things happening. So, guys, you know how to now reach out to startups, and everywhere you know where to get the money from. So, let's talk about also the AI and data-driven marketing. We talked about this in a podcast with Farouk from Rev Panda. And also with Ivana about AI data-driven marketing. So this is evolving very fast.
Hmm.
There are many, like, I don't know if you heard of these programmatic advertisement banners and programmatic advertising on the websites for operators. So how do you see these technologies shaping the way the iGaming brands engage with the players?
I think we were all very excited, let's say 1.5, 2 years ago, when ChatGPT was established and Midjourney came into place. I think the hype went down a little bit because we started all seeing the limitations. So from zero, we got these amazing tools that help you do design and help you with your copy. But later on, we all started seeing the downtime, down. Can we?
Yeah, the
Can we
downsides.
say
Yeah.
the downside of these tools, because people can recognize that you are using AI tool rather than your own
Yeah.
authenticity. And I use them to help me. Just, sometimes when I'm unsure about something, then I take the results and I still update it in the way I would do it myself. So just like a helper, the same on the design side. It's amazing tool to help you to come up maybe with a concept, but then just take it out and then bring your brand in it and your own skills and your own vision and establish something from your side. So I would always see them as huge helpers, but never a replacement of human power and human creativity.
All right, so this is actually what the other people were saying as well. So this is echoing on and on throughout our
I'm
podcast.
very glad to hear because I came across a few people who would be seeing this as huge marketing cost saving of costs on the marketing side by replacing the whole team. And then you even need someone to be able to communicate with these tools to tell the tools what exactly to do. So you should never replace the human element. Decrease numbers of your teams. To be completely honest, sometimes I'm surprised by the sizes of the teams in our industry. I don't think that you need that many people in the team. And we are not even talking about replacing people with AI. We are talking about using your time wisely.
Yeah, exactly.
But it should be seen as a helper, never replacement.
Yeah, it's something a developer said on LinkedIn. I don't know. I saw this about a year ago that you should not worry that people will be replaced by AIs, because they know from the fact that working with clients when developing software, the client doesn't know what they want from the first place. So if you're just like prompting to an AI, it will give you a result, but you don't like it, then you give another one, and then you get this hallucination from the AI when it doesn't know what you're talking about anymore. So that's one of the reasons you cannot like fully replace it, because people don't.
It's like it's like
they
talking
cannot
to
explain
people,
it.
right? Yeah, but it's like if you have the idea of establishing a business or developing a platform, and then your ideas might be different to what the world needs, how the world needs to see it. So you have to go and brief someone, but it's also not that easy to brief a studio to do that for you. But the human element can really absorb it and then take it their own way, and then listen to feedback and continue. AI is not there.
Yeah, exactly. So what's one marketing trend in the iGaming industry that excites you the most, and what's one that you think that is overhyped?
Okay, I think I said it already. I love the ideas of community driven platforms, talking to people, doing podcasts, either live or online. I love these online podcasts because they are really simple to be organized, and I love it. Talking to the audience, networking, but that has been part of our industry since probably ever. Panels, conferences with the right content, which I think we see now also developing in the right direction a lot. It used to be just talking about different regulations, but there was maybe just 5 regulations people kept talking all over and over again. Now with the more regulations in place, more suppliers, more exciting startups, and more technical solutions, I think that's the right time. And I think 2025 will be proof of it, to really develop onto the content side of marketing and the whole industry. And what might be overhyped, I think AI. As we spoke about it now, that would be something which went really high, and now it's people realizing that is not as glamorous as
everything in the industry is now AI powered, and all the products are AI powered, and it's interesting, and none of them actually are AI powered. So
exactly.
All right.
From data perspective, if I may, because it's really great to utilize AI in your data. It's otherwise very difficult to go and dig in. But again, you have to be very clear about what data you are after. You can't just come to AI and say, "Oh, I need some data to target these kind of players." You need to be very clear about what you are trying to achieve, and then AI can help you to leverage on that idea. but
All
it
right.
needs human input again.
Exactly. So now, as a final question, and maybe it's like not a question, it's like a advice that you can give. So, if you can give one piece of advice to iGaming marketing teams for 2025, what would it be?
I would highlight, don't forget about relationships and how important personal touch is. From my own personal experience and my whole time in the industry, building strong relationships with everyone. And then we are talking about media, right? Like me and you, Zoltan, we know each other for over 9 years because we started talking when I was back at NetEnt. So
Yeah.
I really believe that being nice to people and build relationships in the right way is very important. And more from the strategic perspective, just focus on long-term goals. Believe in yourself, because sometimes you will face people, your management, not believing what you are doing. You have to be very firm and believe in yourself and believing that you are doing the right thing. Have a combined strategy where you are trying to focus on all 5 pillars and just go for it.
All right, so that's one great piece of advice for our audience and for the industry. Thank you so much for your time, Tereza, and thank you for our audience for sticking around. If you have maybe some shout outs to give to the team, now is the time to do it.
To Elantil team, I
Yeah.
would love to say how much I appreciate being part of this amazing journey. And to Hipther team, guys, keep going what you are doing. I love what you are up to. Good luck with Prague Summit later in March, and let's make sure that the industry is just thriving in the right direction. Let's focus on the players' entertainment. Let's keep that in mind, and let's grow together.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you again, guys. We will be back next week. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.